Before you scroll away, stop right here because what just exploded between Shen Yue, Miles Wei, and Dylan Wang has completely shaken fans emotionally across the world. And if you stay until the very end, you're going to uncover how one expensive luxury gift, one explosive emotional argument, and one shocking rejection changed everything between these three stars forever. So subscribe right now and stay with every second because this story unfolds with emotional betrayal, jealousy, hidden feelings, and scenes so mind-blowing that fans are already calling it one of the most dramatic celebrity moments of the year. It all reportedly started during what should have been a glamorous private industry gathering attended by some of the biggest names in entertainment. The atmosphere inside the luxury rooftop venue reportedly looked beautiful from the outside. Golden lights reflecting across expensive glass walls. Soft music playing quietly beneath the city skyline while celebrities, producers, and executives moved through the event surrounded by cameras and flashing attention. But according to insiders, something emotionally dangerous was already building quietly beneath the glamorous surface long before the night spiraled completely out of control. Witnesses later admitted Shen Yue arrived at the event looking emotionally distant from the very beginning. Not unhappy exactly, just distracted. As though something heavier than public appearances already weighed heavily on her mind privately. One stylist later claimed Shen Yue barely smiled during the first hour of the gathering despite multiple celebrities attempting conversations with her throughout the evening. Meanwhile, according to insiders, Dylan Wang reportedly arrived separately nearly 40 minutes later and immediately noticed the emotional tension surrounding Shen Yue the moment he entered the venue. Witnesses later described his reaction as subtle but impossible to ignore. The way his expression reportedly changed the second he spotted her across the room emotionally stunned people nearby almost immediately. Because according to insiders, whatever existed between Dylan Wang and Shen Yue emotionally had clearly not disappeared despite recent rumors and growing distance publicly between them. But then came the moment that changed everything forever. According to multiple witnesses, Miles Wei suddenly arrived carrying an expensive luxury gift package reportedly prepared privately for Shen Yue ahead of the event. At first, nobody understood what was happening. People assumed it was simply a friendly gesture between industry colleagues publicly. Until insiders noticed Dylan Wang's expression reportedly darken immediately the moment Miles Wei approached Shen Yue directly in front of everyone else publicly. That single moment reportedly transformed the emotional atmosphere inside the rooftop venue completely. Witnesses later described the tension between Dylan Wang and Miles Wei as almost suffocating emotionally, despite neither speaking openly at first. According to insiders, Miles Wei reportedly handed Shen Yue the luxury gift carefully before quietly telling her she deserved something beautiful after everything she had been through emotionally recently. That sentence reportedly stunned several people nearby immediately. Because according to witnesses, the emotional meaning hidden beneath his words felt far deeper than ordinary friendship publicly. Then came the shocking revelation that sent the room emotionally spiraling into chaos. According to insiders, the gift itself reportedly contained an extremely rare custom-designed jewelry piece rumored to cost an amount so expensive several guests nearby visibly reacted once details quietly spread across the room afterward. Fans later exploded online emotionally once rumors surfaced about the unbelievable value of the gift publicly. But what truly shocked everyone happened next. Because according to witnesses, Shen Yue reportedly did not look happy after receiving the gift at all. Instead, insiders claimed she appeared emotionally uncomfortable almost immediately while glancing repeatedly toward Dylan Wang standing several feet away nearby. One source later admitted the emotional tension between all three stars reportedly became impossible to ignore publicly by that point. Meanwhile, according to insiders, Dylan Wang reportedly remained unusually silent throughout the interaction at first. Too silent. Witnesses later described his expression as emotionally devastating to watch because despite trying to remain composed publicly, the hurt on his face reportedly became painfully obvious to people nearby almost instantly. Then suddenly everything exploded emotionally. According to witnesses, Dylan Wang reportedly confronted Shen Yue privately near one of the rooftop balcony areas shortly after the gift exchange happened publicly. At first, nobody knew exactly what caused the argument to escalate so quickly emotionally. But according to insiders, voices reportedly became louder, while tension between them intensified dramatically behind partially closed glass doors overlooking the city's skyline outside. One staff member later admitted several nearby guests reportedly stopped conversations entirely once they realized something serious emotionally was happening between Dylan Wang and Shen Yue privately nearby. Witnesses claimed Shen Yue reportedly tried explaining something emotionally while Dylan Wang appeared increasingly frustrated throughout the confrontation. At one point, insiders alleged Dylan Wang reportedly asked why she continued allowing other people emotionally into situations already complicated enough between them privately. That sentence reportedly left Shen Yue visibly shaken emotionally. Because according to sources, she immediately realized the argument was never truly about the expensive gift itself. It was about jealousy, fear, and unresolved feelings Dylan Wang could no longer hide publicly anymore. The emotional confrontation reportedly intensified further once Miles Wei unknowingly approached the balcony area searching for Shen Yue again afterward. According to witnesses, Dylan Wang reportedly turned immediately cold the moment he saw him approaching nearby. The atmosphere instantly becoming painfully tense emotionally between all three stars standing together beneath the glowing Tokyo-style rooftop lights surrounding the venue outside. Then came the moment fans everywhere are still discussing emotionally online right now. According to insiders, Shen Yue reportedly did something nobody expected publicly. She rejected the gift completely. Not quietly afterward. Not privately behind closed doors later. Directly in front of everyone emotionally. Witnesses later described the entire rooftop area falling completely silent once Shen Yue reportedly handed the luxury gift back toward Miles Wei with visibly emotional eyes while softly explaining she could not accept something carrying emotions she was not prepared to return honestly. That sentence reportedly emotionally destroyed everyone nearby immediately. Because according to insiders, Miles Wei reportedly froze completely after hearing her words publicly. Meanwhile, Dylan Wang reportedly looked equally stunned emotionally by Shen Yue's decision to reject the gift entirely despite the explosive argument moments earlier between them privately. One witness later admitted Shen Yue reportedly appeared on the verge of tears afterward while explaining she no longer wanted expensive gestures, emotional games, or misunderstandings controlling her life publicly anymore. Instead, she reportedly wanted honesty from the people surrounding her emotionally above everything else. That confession reportedly shattered the emotional atmosphere inside the venue completely. At one point, insiders claimed Miles Wei quietly asked whether Dylan Wang's presence influenced her decision emotionally afterward. Witnesses later described the silence following that question as absolutely heartbreaking. Because according to sources, Shen Yue reportedly looked toward Dylan Wang before quietly admitting some connections become too emotionally important to ignore no matter how complicated they become publicly. That sentence reportedly emotionally destroyed fans online once leaked afterward. Because suddenly the emotional truth hidden beneath months of rumors and tension became impossible to deny publicly anymore. Meanwhile, according to insiders, Dylan Wang reportedly looked visibly overwhelmed emotionally, hearing Shen Yue speak so honestly publicly for the first time in months. Witnesses later admitted the anger surrounding him earlier reportedly disappeared almost instantly afterward, replaced instead by guilt and emotional confusion clearly visible across his face publicly. Because according to sources, Dylan Wang finally realized Shen Yue rejecting the expensive gift had less to do with public drama and far more to do with protecting emotions she still struggled to let go of privately. Then came another shocking moment nobody expected. According to insiders, Miles Wei reportedly smiled sadly before quietly apologizing to both Shen Yue and Dylan Wang for unintentionally complicating emotions already difficult enough between them publicly. That reaction reportedly emotionally stunned everyone nearby because instead of creating further conflict, Miles Wei reportedly chose dignity and emotional honesty instead. Witnesses later claimed he quietly told Shen Yue she deserved clarity and emotional peace more than luxury gifts or public attention before leaving the rooftop alone beneath the rain falling softly outside afterward. That moment reportedly left several people nearby visibly emotional themselves. Because suddenly nobody involved looked like villains publicly anymore. Just emotionally exhausted people struggling desperately with feelings too complicated to control privately beneath constant public attention. Meanwhile, after Miles Wei left the rooftop area, insiders claimed Dylan Wang and Shen Yue reportedly remained alone together for several minutes beneath the city lights outside afterward. According to witnesses, neither spoke immediately at first. The emotional silence itself heavier than anything either could say publicly anymore. Then, according to insiders, Dylan Wang reportedly admitted quietly he became angry not because of the gift itself, but because the thought of losing Shen Yue emotionally terrified him more than he wanted to admit publicly. That confession reportedly left Shen Yue completely speechless emotionally. Because according to sources, it represented the first time Dylan Wang openly acknowledged feelings he spent months trying desperately to suppress publicly behind emotional distance and silence. At one point, witnesses claimed Shen Yue quietly asked why he always waited until things emotionally exploded before speaking honestly about what he truly felt privately. Dylan Wang reportedly answered with heartbreaking honesty, because pretending not to care felt safer than risking losing you completely forever. That sentence reportedly emotionally shattered fans everywhere online once insiders leaked fragments of the conversation afterward. Because beneath all the celebrity headlines and public drama existed something heartbreakingly human. Fear of losing someone emotionally before finding the courage to finally speak honestly about what they truly mean to you privately. According to insiders, Shen Yue reportedly became visibly emotional afterward while admitting she felt exhausted from constantly pretending. Public pressure and emotional misunderstandings no longer hurt her privately anymore. Witnesses later claimed Dylan Wang reportedly stepped closer before softly promising her he no longer wanted anger, jealousy, or emotional silence controlling what remained between them publicly again. That confession reportedly left Shen Yue crying quietly beneath the rooftop rain afterward. Hours later, blurry photos surfaced online showing Dylan Wang and Shen Yue leaving the venue together beneath one umbrella, while Miles Wei reportedly departed separately alone earlier that night. Fans immediately exploded emotionally across social media afterward. Some celebrated. Others argued. Many simply stared emotionally at the images because suddenly the emotional truth between all three stars felt impossible to ignore publicly anymore. And perhaps that became the most unforgettable part of the entire night. Not the expensive luxury gift. Not the explosive emotional argument. Not even the shocking rejection itself. But the realization that sometimes the most powerful emotional decisions people make publicly are not about money, status, or appearances at all. Sometimes they are about protecting the connections that still quietly own the heart, no matter how painful or complicated those emotions become privately. And now the only question that remains is this. When someone offers you luxury, attention, and emotional comfort publicly while another person continues bringing confusion, jealousy, and unresolved feelings into your life privately, do you follow the safer path everyone expects, or risk everything emotionally for the connection your heart still refuses to abandon, no matter how difficult loving them becomes forever? If this story touched your heart and you want more emotional drama stories like this, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who understands that sometimes the most unforgettable love stories are not built through expensive gifts or perfect public appearances. They are built through emotional honesty finally spoken out loud after far too much silence and heartbreak already changed everything forever.